We are less than 48 hours away from Apple's September 12th Gather Round event. And as of today, we pretty much know everything they're gonna announce. Also, hey, Apple buddies, what the f***? How come the names for the iPhones are like only the worst names that you could have used?
Get daily tech news in a way that doesn't suck. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next episode.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Front Page Tech. Of course, show that gives you all latest tech news from one geek. That is me to another. That is you. Happy Monday. Since this time last week, we have about 10,000 new subscribers here. 10,000 new people have hopped on. So to those people, hey, welcome aboard. And also, on behalf of everybody, I am sorry. Because now, you're stuck with us. Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this program to give you breaking news. And that breaking news is Google does stupid shit. Also, this is a screwdriver and not a microphone. There have been rumors going around for a while now that Google was planning on launching some sort of quote-unquote high-end convertible tablet with a fully detachable keyboard. Let me translate that. Google has been planning to launch a Microsoft Surface. And now we have a leaked video of that thing. Now, the video itself is only like a few seconds long, and it only shows a corner of the device itself. But what we can see is a high-res display and thin bezels on both sides. But also, the big thing would be the keyboard. It looks like it attaches to the device. Oh, and also the keys are rounded, which is, bad. Now, if this lines up to previous rumors that we've already heard, it's kind of believed that we're going to see two Pixelbooks this year. But we don't know if both of these are going to be shown at the Google event, one of them's going to be shown at the Google event, or none of them. Yuck. So, my issue here is that Google does really dumb shit with their money. Like, they have so much money that they can just blow it on making products that no one actually cares about, and they don't actually care about it at the end of the day. We saw that with the last Pixelbook. It was so expensive. It's a nice piece of hardware, but here's the issue, and I've said this before, this is not a hardware game anymore. This is a software game, and the software that Google is working with is Chrome OS. When the device hardware itself disproportionately outweighs the actual value of the software, then the hardware has already lost. And I think that's what we're about to see here. This might be cool if it ran anything else, but it's going to run Chrome OS, and it's probably going to be expensive, and it's not going to be worth anybody's money because it still has Chrome OS on it. Google, if you want people to buy your shit that runs Chrome OS, make cheap shit that matches the cheap shit piece of software OS that Chrome OS is. Okay, so OnePlus 6T, we talked about it, I believe, sometime last week. There was a leak with a box. Here's the thing. Last week, there was apparently some sort of leak that showed the box that the OnePlus 6T is going to come in. And based off of that box, we got a hint that there's going to be an in-display fingerprint sensor in the device. But since that leak, there's been speculation of whether that's what the box was actually trying to tell us. Like, oh yeah, definitely in-display fingerprint sensor, or if it was just a fancy little picture on the box. Turns out, not just a fancy little picture. It turns out, at least according to this report from CNET, that the OnePlus 6T will have an in-display fingerprint reader. In fact, OnePlus has confirmed the feature, calling it screen lock. They said they actually initially planned for this fingerprint scanner to be included in the OnePlus 5T, so last year. But of course, the issue, the technology wasn't ready yet, at least for the public. In the statement, they said, "We unlock our phones multiple times a day, and screen unlock reduces the number of steps to complete the action." That's what they told CNET. They also said, by adding this feature as in addition to other display unlocking options such as face unlock, users will have options to unlock the display in a way that is most efficient for them. OnePlus, ooh, thank you. Thank you so much for being willing to take risks like this. The issue is every time I think I know what phone I want to buy, OnePlus comes in here and sort of fucks with my head and messes up my plans. I'm still going to get one or two of the poorly named iPhones, but like, I feel like I want to buy a OnePlus 6T just out of respect at this point. All right, now let's talk Apple event, but first we have to cover one bad set of names, and then we'll cover the other bad set of names, because somehow there's multiple options that we could end up with. So first, this leak came out from a Chinese carrier. This is apparently a slide from a marketing presentation that was being shown. And that slide says that the names are iPhone XS, iPhone XS Plus, and iPhone XC. So even though last week we heard it was going to be iPhone XS Max, this says, Now, real quick, I just want to say that these are like the names I prefer. None of them are good, but these ones I prefer. They make the most sense, and that feels like something Apple would do. It gets worse, though. Because a new report from Bloomberg, who happens to be fairly accurate most of the time, has actually come out and said that the 6.1-inch LCD model won't be the iPhone 9, will not be the iPhone XC, but instead the iPhone XR. What in the hell? But that's not all. Insider Ming-Chi Kuo, who is like the best Apple leaker we've had in the history of Everness, is also calling it the iPhone XR. But with this, we're back to the names iPhone XS, iPhone XS Max, and now iPhone XR. The issue for me, regardless of how terrible the names are, like every scenario here, the names are terrible. The issue is that Apple has put a letter after a Roman numeral. So even though I know it's iPhone 10, it's impossible for my name to call it that now because you put a letter after the Roman numeral. So now, no matter how I want to think about it, my brain just translates it and goes, that means iPhone XS. No matter what. It's XS. Now I have to say both letters instead of one Roman numeral and one letter. You've messed this all up, Apple. Ming also says we can expect the Apple Watch Series 4 at the event. We knew that. Also, he's teased a low-price MacBook that would replace the 12-inch model. Another thing that we knew about. Apparently, it will have Touch ID authentication and will not have a touch bar. Also from Ming, we can expect AirPods 2, check, and AirPower, check. But here's the most interesting thing he said. He said that the new 2018 iPad Pro models will come with Face ID support, which we knew, but also will have a pretty massive change. And this is a change that no one saw coming. He says that the Lightning port on the iPad Pros it's gonna be gone. Now, this is something we really didn't see coming. Ming says that they will actually remove the Lightning port from the 2018 iPad Pro models and instead use a USB Type-C port. I'm really wondering what Apple's gonna say to make an excuse when they get on stage and tell everybody that the iPad Pro ships with USB Type-C instead of Lightning. They could be like, oh, pros need USB Type-C. They need it because they gotta plug a bunch of stuff in. They gotta plug it in, and USB Type-C is the thing for that. Because if not, then they have to sort of admit that USB Type-C has been better than Lightning this whole time. And I do not see Apple getting on stage and saying that.
And now, today's sponsor.
On the internet in 2018, you need to be prepared for everything. So if someone sends you a PDF and you need to edit it, what are you gonna do? Print it out and draw on it, scribble on it with a bunch of crayons? No, because that's what I used to do. Instead, you're gonna get PDF Element by Wondershare. PDF Element is a best-in-class PDF editor that's the perfect solution for anyone who doesn't want to shell out for the other thing, you know, Adobe Acrobat. And if you use our special promo code down in the description, you'll get a sweet 20% off just for being awesome. So be sure to check out PDF Element, and a huge thanks to Wondershare for supporting our community. Cool guy face. What? Brian wrote that. I was supposed to do it, not say it. And that is the show. Hopefully you liked it, you learned something. If you did, hit that like button. If you hate my stupid face, that dislike button is for you. And if you're new here, subscribe. We'd love to have you. Your smiling little faces. See you tomorrow.